Which fossil fuel is considered the highest rank of coal due to its high carbon content and low impurities? A. Lignite. B. Peat. C. Bituminous. D. Anthracite. Correct answer. D. Anthracite. Explanation. Anthracite is the highest grade of coal, containing 92 to 98% carbon. It burns with a hot, clean flame and produces very little smoke, making it the most energy-efficient type. Its formation requires the most heat and pressure over geological time. Lignite and peat are lower grade, less efficient forms of coal. What is the primary function of a turbine in power plants? A. Burn fuel. B. Convert fluid motion to rotation. C. Produce electricity. D. Cool the system. Correct answer. B. Convert fluid motion to rotation. Explanation. A turbine is designed to capture the kinetic energy of a moving fluid, such as steam in thermal plants, water in hydropower, or air in wind farms, and transform it into rotational mechanical energy. This spinning motion drives the generator, which then converts mechanical energy into electrical energy. The turbine itself does not produce electricity. Instead, it acts as the mechanical intermediary between natural energy flow and electric power generation. The production of biogas from organic waste is an example of A. Aerobic decomposition. B. Photosynthesis. C. Combustion. D. Anaerobic decomposition. Correct answer. D. Anaerobic decomposition. Explanation. Biogas is produced when microorganisms break down organic matter, like manure or crop residue, in an oxygen-free environment. This process is called anaerobic decomposition or digestion. The resulting gas is primarily methane, CH, which can be used as a clean cooking fuel, especially in rural areas. Acid rain is a major environmental problem caused by the emission of which pollutants from burning fossil fuels? A. Carbon dioxide and methane. B. Carbon monoxide and particulates. C. Sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides. D. Chlorofluorocarbons, CFCs. Correct answer. C. Sulfur dioxide and nitrogen oxides. Explanation. When fossil fuels, especially coal, are burned, they release sulfur dioxide, SO, and nitrogen oxides, NOx. These gases react with water, oxygen, and other chemicals in the atmosphere to form sulfuric and nitric acids. These acids then fall to the earth as acid rain, damaging forests, lakes, and buildings. 5. In a nuclear reactor, what is the role of a moderator? A. Absorb neutrons. B. Transfer heat. C. Slow neutrons. D. Act as fuel. Correct answer. C. Slow neutrons. Explanation. During nuclear fission, the neutrons released are fast-moving and less likely to be absorbed by uranium-235 nuclei. A moderator, such as heavy water, DO, or graphite, slows down these neutrons through repeated collisions, converting them into thermal neutrons. These slower neutrons have a much higher probability of inducing further fission, thereby sustaining a controlled chain reaction. Without a moderator, most neutrons would escape or fail to trigger new reactions, making the reactor inefficient. 6. Which renewable energy source is most predictable and consistent in its output? A. Solar energy. B. Wind energy. C. Geothermal energy. D. Wave energy. Correct answer. C. Geothermal energy. Explanation. Geothermal energy taps into the constant heat from the Earth's core. Unlike solar and wind energy, which are intermittent and depend on weather and time of day, geothermal power plants can operate 24/7 with a high degree of reliability, making them an excellent source for baseload electricity. 7. Pumped storage hydropower is mainly used for A. Baseload power. B. Desalination. C. Energy storage for grid balance. D. Small river use. Correct answer. C. Energy storage for grid balance. Explanation. Pumped storage hydropower functions as a large-scale energy storage system. When demand is low, surplus electricity pumps water to an upper reservoir. During peak demand, the stored water is released to flow back through turbines, generating power. This process stabilizes the grid, integrates variable renewables like wind and solar, and ensures supply matches demand. It is the most widely used form of grid-scale electricity storage worldwide. 8. Bhadla Solar Park, one of the largest of its kind in the world, is located in which Indian state? A. Gujarat. B. Rajasthan. C. Tamil Nadu. D. Karnataka. Correct answer. B. Rajasthan. Explanation. Bhadla Solar Park is located in the Jodhpur district of Rajasthan. The region's high solar irradiation and vast, arid land make it an ideal location for large-scale solar power generation. The park is a cornerstone of India's ambitious renewable energy targets and showcases its leadership in the solar sector. 9. What is the key limitation of bioethanol as a vehicle fuel? A. Non-renewable. B. High soot emissions. C. Low energy density. D. Solid at room temp. Correct answer. C. Low energy density. Explanation. Ethanol contains less energy per liter than petrol, meaning vehicles running on ethanol deliver lower mileage. While bioethanol is renewable and produces fewer harmful emissions, its reduced energy density makes it less efficient for consumers. This drawback is a major reason ethanol is often blended with petrol rather than used as a standalone fuel. 10. What principle does a hydrogen fuel cell use? A. Burning hydrogen. B. Splitting water. C. Electrochemical H+O reaction. D. Nuclear fusion. Correct answer. C. Electrochemical H+O reaction. Explanation. A hydrogen fuel cell generates electricity by combining hydrogen and oxygen electrochemically, producing only water and heat as byproducts. Unlike combustion, no harmful gases are released, making fuel cells a clean technology. This direct conversion of chemical energy into electrical energy makes them highly efficient and a promising alternative for transportation and stationary power generation. 11. What best defines energy efficiency? A. Total fuel energy. B. Less energy for same task. C. Shift to renewables. D. Price per unit. Correct answer. B. Less energy for same task. Explanation. Energy efficiency means performing the same function with less energy input. For instance, LED bulbs consume far less electricity than incandescent bulbs while giving the same brightness. Improving efficiency reduces energy bills, lowers emissions, and eases pressure on power supply, making it a key strategy for sustainable development and climate goals. 12. The octane number measures a fuel's A. Energy content. B. Knock resistance. C. Purity. D. Freezing point. Correct answer. B. Knock resistance. Explanation. The octane number indicates how well a fuel resists knocking, premature ignition of the fuel-air mixture before the spark plug fires. Knocking damages engines and reduces efficiency. High-performance engines with high compression ratios require fuels with higher octane ratings to avoid this problem, ensuring smoother and safer operation. 13. What is the role of a boiler in thermal plants? A. Make electricity. B. Condense steam. C. Produce high-pressure steam. D. Remove exhaust gases. Correct answer. C. Produce high-pressure steam. Explanation. The boiler burns fuels like coal, oil, or natural gas to heat water into high-pressure steam. This steam is then directed to turbines, where its energy is converted into mechanical motion and finally into electricity. Boilers are the heart of thermal plants, as they initiate the process of energy conversion. 14. How does a run-of-the-river hydro project differ? A. More electricity. B. Minimal or no reservoir. C. Only large rivers. D. Uses tides. Correct answer. B. Minimal or no reservoir. Explanation. Run-of-the-river hydro projects divert part of a river's flow to generate power without building a large reservoir. This reduces environmental impacts like land submergence and displacement of communities. Although electricity output is lower and dependent on seasonal flows, these projects are eco-friendlier alternatives to large dam-based hydropower systems. 15. What is the main challenge in making nuclear fusion practical? A. Fuel scarcity. B. Excessive waste. C. Extreme heat and pressure. D. Low energy output. Correct answer. C. Extreme heat and pressure. Explanation. Nuclear fusion involves combining light nuclei, like isotopes of hydrogen, to release energy. However, the positively charged nuclei strongly repel each other, requiring plasma temperatures above 100 million degrees C and immense pressure for fusion to occur. Containing such plasma safely and continuously, using magnetic confinement, tokamaks, or inertial confinement, lasers, is extremely difficult. While fusion promises clean, abundant energy, overcoming these engineering and stability challenges remains the biggest barrier to commercialization. 16. The greenhouse effect is a principle utilized in which of these devices to trap heat? A. Wind turbine. B. Biogas plant. C. Solar cooker. D. Hydroelectric generator. Correct answer. C. Solar cooker. Explanation. A solar cooker uses a glass lid to trap heat. The glass allows shorter wavelength visible light from the sun to pass through and heat the black interior. The interior then radiates longer wavelength infrared heat, which the glass reflects back, trapping the heat and raising the internal temperature. 17. What does the B-star rating indicate? A. Build quality. B. Safety design. C. Energy efficiency. D. Price range. Correct answer. C. Energy efficiency. Explanation. The Bureau of Energy Efficiency, B, assigns star ratings 1 to 5 to appliances like refrigerators, ACs, and fans. More stars mean higher energy efficiency, i.e., the appliance delivers the same performance with lower electricity use. This helps consumers save on bills while reducing overall power demand. It also supports India's energy conservation and climate goals by encouraging efficient technologies. 18. What is the main advantage of offshore wind farms? A. Lower costs. B. Near cities. C. Higher, steadier winds. D. No marine impact. Correct answer. C. Higher, steadier winds. Explanation. Offshore wind farms benefit from unobstructed ocean winds, which are stronger and more consistent than those on land. This ensures turbines achieve higher capacity factors and generate more power. Although installation and maintenance are costly, the superior wind quality offsets these drawbacks, making offshore wind a vital renewable energy source in coastal nations with high electricity demand. 19. What results from incomplete combustion of fossil fuels? A. Co plus water. B. Higher efficiency. C. Co plus soot. D. Less pollution. Correct answer. C. Co plus soot. Explanation. Incomplete combustion happens when oxygen supply is insufficient for full fuel oxidation. Instead of cleanly producing carbon dioxide and water, it generates carbon monoxide, CO, a deadly, colorless gas, and soot, particulates, that pollute the air. This not only damages human health and the environment but also lowers the energy output of engines, as part of the fuel remains unburnt. Thus, incomplete combustion is both inefficient and hazardous. 20. The process of converting solid coal into a combustible gas mixture, syngas, is known as A. Fractional distillation. B. Cracking. C. Combustion. D. Gasification. Correct answer. D. Gasification. Explanation. Coal gasification is a process that converts coal into syngas, a mixture of hydrogen, carbon monoxide, and other gases. This is achieved by reacting coal at high temperatures with a controlled amount of oxygen and/or steam. Syngas is a cleaner and more versatile fuel that can be used for power generation or to produce chemicals. 21. How does a smart grid improve over a traditional grid? A. Underground cables. B. Digital control of supply and demand. C. Single fossil plant use. D. Manual substation control. Correct answer. B. Digital control of supply and demand. Explanation. A smart grid employs two-way digital communication and automation to manage electricity in real time. Unlike conventional grids, it can quickly adjust to fluctuations in demand, seamlessly integrate renewable sources like solar and wind, and enhance reliability by detecting faults and rerouting power. This makes the grid more efficient, resilient, and eco-friendly while reducing blackouts and supporting modern energy needs. 22. What is the key advantage of the Mangal turbine? A. Large-scale power. B. Works in slow rural currents. C. Runs on solar. D. Needs big dam. Correct answer. B. Works in slow rural currents. Explanation. The Mangal turbine is a decentralized, low-cost energy solution designed for rural use. Unlike conventional turbines that need fast-flowing rivers or large dams, it efficiently operates in slow-moving water bodies such as irrigation canals or village streams. This makes it especially valuable for powering agricultural pumps, small machines, and household needs in remote areas without large-scale infrastructure. 23. What does the calorific value of a fuel indicate? A. Ignition temperature. B. Heat released on full combustion. C. Carbon percentage. D. Smoke ash produced. Correct answer. B. Heat released on full combustion. Explanation. Calorific value is the standard measure of a fuel's energy content. It is the total heat energy released when a unit of fuel is burned completely under ideal conditions. Fuels with higher calorific values are more efficient since they release more energy per kilogram or liter. Expressed in kJ or kg, it is a critical parameter in comparing coal, petrol, LPG, and biofuels for industrial and domestic use. 24. What is a major environmental concern with discarded solar panels? A. Methane release. B. Heavy metal leaching. C. Radioactivity. D. Ozone depletion. Correct answer. B. Heavy metal leaching. Explanation. While solar energy itself is clean, old or broken solar panels contain toxic materials such as lead, cadmium, and other heavy metals used in semiconductors and soldering. If not properly recycled, these can leach into soil and groundwater, creating long-term contamination risks. Hence, safe recycling and waste management are essential to make solar energy truly sustainable across its full life cycle. 25. The global movement to shift from an energy system based on fossil fuels to one based on renewable sources is known as the A. Energy audit. B. Energy transition. C. Energy grid. D. Energy conservation. Correct answer. B. Energy transition. Explanation. The energy transition is the long-term structural change in energy systems. It refers to the global shift from carbon-intensive fossil fuels, coal, oil, gas, to low-carbon and zero-carbon sources like solar, wind, and geothermal energy. This transition is driven by the need to combat climate change and achieve sustainable development.